Hi, I'm Jim Adler. I got a national ATV expert to do this video so you'll see how dangerous ATVs are. They're killing people. If you've been injured, call me for help.
Just how dangerous is the ATV? West Virginia has an answer. The state lies entirely within the Appalachian mountain range near the east coast of the United States. But its beauty hides an ugly fact, seen on this map. Each pin represents one of the 201 fatal ATV crashes in West Virginia since 2004.
In the early 90s, we were averaging about 13 deaths a year, 10 adults and about 3 kids under 18 or so. In the 2000 to 2007 time frame, we're averaging about 35 deaths, so that's almost triple.
Helmkamp is a national expert on ATV accidents. His work for the West Virginia University Injury Control Research Center was cited by CBS News in a July 2007 report about the dangers of ATVs. He was among those sounding an early national alarm about these recreational vehicles. The American Academy of Pediatrics has called kids in ATVs the perfect recipe for tragedy. Safe Kids USA, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the Consumer Federation of America want a ban on ATV use by kids under the age of 16. But all riders run the risk of serious injuries like these, even death, when they jump on an ATV.
They're big and they're fast. They're getting as large as 700 or 800 pounds, and they can go speeds upwards of 75 miles an hour. Kids are not big and strong enough to handle these ATVs.
Helmkamp says nearly 60% of the 165 ATV deaths in the state since 2005 have occurred on paved streets and highways. ATV tires are not designed for pavement.
They're huge, they're bulbous, they have treads that are 2 to 3 inches thick, and just by that, they can't grip hard surfaces such as asphalt and concrete.
10 years ago, when Helmkamp was asked to study ATVs, he says he had no idea they could be so dangerous.
I didn't even know what ATVs were. So I eventually looked at some data, and it became very astounding to me and very eye-opening, if you will, that we were having such a problem with deaths and injuries in the state related to the use of ATV.
ATVs tip over easily due to a high center of gravity and a narrow wheelbase. Unlike cars, government safety standards don't apply to ATVs. Drivers generally do not have to be licensed. In November 2008, the Wall Street Journal reported that the Consumer Product Safety Commission had started a probe of ATVs. The Yamaha Rhino is at the center of that probe. The newspaper said federal safety regulators are investigating the vehicle following reports of some 30 deaths involving it, including those of 2 young girls last month. It also said Yamaha faces more than 200 lawsuits in state and federal courts, alleging the Rhino design is unsafe. This is Ellie. She was killed in a Yamaha Rhino rollover, even though she was wearing a seatbelt. Ellie's website lists scores of similar complaints. Yet the Yamaha Rhino and other ATVs remain popular, despite the mounting toll of deaths and injuries nationwide, in a vehicle that government regulators call an emerging hazard.